Hello and welcome to the fourth video in the 20 years of MCF celebration. I'm MCFPapa. In this video I'm going to go through and list my top 10 personal favorite hidden object scenes from the series. I tried to rank them in the order of my preferences, though it was tough for some of these because I just love pretty much all of the ones on this list for various reasons. Number 10, the crystal scene from Crossfade. It's the first scene within the game, and it's very visually pretty and really helps to make me excited for the rest of the game when I first played Crossfade. And this scene is special for being the first one I've ever played with live commentary on the channel in Let's Play Crossfade, which was my first Let's Play. So that really boosts the scene in my eyes and makes it a lot more special to me. Number 9, the Capital City Savings and Loan from Prime Suspects. I love Prime Suspects having unique scenes that utilize the battery with the flashlight and scanner ray, but while the other scanner ray locations, the city dump and the tenement, were kinda ugly in their scenes, the Savings and Loan I feel is a lot better looking visually, with items hidden among piles of money and all sorts of valuable artifacts in the vault. And I love the implication with the scene that the master detective went into the bank and they said, "No, we won't let you in our vault, not even to investigate some weird diamond thief." So the master detective instead uses the scanner ray in order to see inside the vault. Number 8, the theater from Ravenhurst. It's really cool to have a sceneception where the movie that's playing is a smaller version of the room itself, and it has its own separate set of items hidden in the smaller version of the room. As you can see from this list, I love scenes that do something different, and this one I'd say is the most unique looking in Ravenhurst. And I also love that they put a skull over the woman on the smaller film too, as a way to boost the creep factor of the haunted house. Number 7, Hunt and Peck Attorneys at Law from Huntsville. There's a 50% chance that this is the first ever scene in the series, and it's a perfect showcase for the rest of the game. A scene jam-packed with items to find while still feeling lived in and making you wonder about the people who work at the place. I remember when I first played Huntsville, I loved Level 12's ending because it turned out to have a criminal that was in Hunt and Peck itself. And even though it's one of the most common scenes in the game, it never feels stale or forced or overstay its welcome. And plus, it makes the first ever funny pun in the entire series with Hunt and Peck. Number 6, the museum hidden object scene from Dire Grove Sacred Grove. This was the first point-and-click game to utilize different types of hidden object scenes, instead of just having all of them be the traditional 12-item scenes. And my favorite of these additional types in the game is the museum scene, where you get items you need to place within the scene itself. I think it's a cool reversal, where instead of trying to find and collect items out of a scene, you're trying to place and get rid of your items. And what helps make the scene more special is that while the other types got several scenes in the game, the museum scene is the only one of the place the item type in the game. Number 5, the side view mirror scene from Fragments of Truth and MCF's story. I bet you're surprised to see a scene from the most recent game on here, huh? I really enjoyed the framing of this hidden object scene where it's Detective V observing their pursuer but trying not to actually alert them to their investigation. And I also appreciate the rainy morning setting the scene's going for, with people walking besides just the person we're observing, the puddles and mist on the road, and plus it's a nice reference to the game being set in the UK, with us looking out the right hand side mirror, since that's the side with the driver's seat on British cars. So cool cultural relevance too. Number 4, Under the Bed in Return to Ravenhurst. I love the unique camera angle of this scene and how it makes it feel more cramped, whereas other hidden object scenes in Return to Ravenhurst were a lot more distant. The camera being so zoomed in for this one gives it a sense of claustrophobia that the others don't have. And it's really funny to picture the master detective crawling around under the nasty rundown bed just for a measly typewriter key. And the scene must have been popular to some of the other developers, cause Epic's even referenced this scene in Key to Ravenhurst by having a similar one underneath a couch in that game. Number 3, Tiger Point Plaza from Millionaire. There's the great looking fountain in the center of the scene. There's people animated walking in the background building windows. There's the nice sunset, which you know I always love sunsets in these games and in real life. Just like all the other scenes, it does a great job utilizing the interactive elements. But this one also has a rare inner scene, which is fun because it involves connecting two items together that are related. Number 2, the pool at Ground Zero in the Malgrave incident. I love how it has items in both the depths of the water and items floating on the top of the water moving around, and both types of items are ones that can show up on the list of things you need to find. Of all the scenes in the Malgrave incident, I feel this one takes advantage of the 3-stage zoom in the game the best, because you want to zoom in to see things hidden at the bottom of the water, but if you do, then the moving objects on the surface will more likely obscure your vision. So there's a bit of actual strategy of what level of zoom you want to go with for the scene. And I feel that with Malgrave Incident, they really saved the best scene for last, because you do it right near the end of the game. And now for some honorable mentions. These are scenes I really like too, but I just couldn't fit them on a 10 item list, and I wanted a nice even 10 instead of doing a top 12. So first honorable mention is the House That Love Built pediment scene from Ravenhurst Unlocked. It's one of the more iconic parts of Ravenhurst Manor, and so it's really cool that they finally gave it its own specific hidden object scene in Ravenhurst Unlocked. Another honorable mention is the top of the barn scene from Dire Grove. It doesn't really do anything special, I just think it looks neat with the slats in the roof and icicles forming in them and snow falling around. Very pretty as a scene. But now for my number 1 favorite hidden object scene, it's the pig pen from Madame Fate. Of all the scenes in the game, I feel this one encapsulates Madame Fate's fall aesthetic the best, with things like the jack-o'-lantern flickering, the hay bales stacked up, the gourd for decoration, the tree with orange leaves in the background. All of it really meshes well. I love the creepy looking pig, and the fact that there's only one pig, as if all of the rundown Fates Carnival could afford is just the one, and tried to make an attraction out of it. I love the early nighttime setting, where even though the moon's out, there seems to be a slight bit of sun still lighting up the clouds. The scene is also absolutely jam-packed with jokes. The pig eating a bloody foot as its food, the spiderweb saying murder in a parody of Charlotte's Web, the beware of pig sign, the fact that Fates Carnival just has a random military ammo crate lying around, and that the makeshift picnic table out of the ammo crate has a plate of bacon on it. Probably not a good idea to eat bacon right in front of a pig. All of these elements combine to make a perfect hidden object scene in my eyes, and it's even because I love the pig pen so much, I'll sometimes play Madame Fate without getting any morphing objects, since if you don't have the Kitty Carnival unlocked, then the pig pen will show up a second time on level 10 instead of only showing up once on level 6. So, since the pig pen is the only hidden object scene that actually makes me play its respective game differently, that's what earns it the #1 spot in my eyes. But anyway, that's gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed hearing some of my favorite scenes. Feel free to share some of your own favorite scenes from the series in the comments. Like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next bonus video.